Hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Bisola, and in today's tutorial I'll be teaching us the continuation of how to cut a pant trouser.
So earlier we already drafted the pattern for both the front and the back. So this is I've traced out the front pattern. This is the front pattern. Then next I'll cut it out. But before we cut it out, this is the band. So for side pockets, I'm going to be measuring. For our side pocket, I'm measuring 2 inches here. You could use 1.5, you could use 2 inches, depending on how wide you want the mouth of the pocket to be. But here I'm measuring 2 inches. You can measure 2 inches and you could use 1.5 for the pocket, for the side pocket. So here I'm measuring 2 inches. And I'll go down by 6 inches. I'll go down by 6 inches. So this is it. We'll go down by 7, you go down by 6. So I'll connect it.
Then I'll connect what I have marked using a straight line. If you want it to be curved, you can curve it a bit. So now that is our side
pocket. So now I'll go ahead now and cut out the band, the body, then before we cut out the side pockets.
So the next thing I'll be doing now is to cut it out.
So this is the front pattern.
So now after cutting it out, I'll cut out the pockets that we already marked earlier. But I won't cut it out completely because I'll still be needing it to cut out my pockets on the fabric. So I'll just leave a little and fold it in. So now we have our front pattern. The next thing is to cut out the back pattern. So I already traced out the back pattern from the front pattern. So this is it. This is our back pattern. I'll be cutting this out too.
So this is the back pattern. So now we're done cutting out the back pattern, and this is the front pattern. This is the front, this is the back. So now the next thing to do now is to cut it out on the front. Then I'll pin it down to secure the paper from shifting. So I'm going to add swing allowance all around it. I'm going to add 1 inch to the side, then ½ inch for joining all around. Only at the side, you'll be adding 1 inch for the sewing allowance. So you can also decide to add 3/4 for your sewing allowance, whatever it is that you want to add. But I prefer to add 1 inch for the sewing allowance. And it's best to add 1 inch for the sewing allowance at the side. The sewing allowance at the side should not also be too much, so that the side will not be bulky and it will lay flat. So I'm going to be adding 1 inch as the sewing allowance at the side. I'm chalking it so that you can see. I hope the chalk is visible enough. Then all around, I'm going to be adding ½ inch. ½ inch. ½ inch. At the lower part, I want to be adding sewing allowance again because I've already added my sewing allowance already to the pattern I was drafting it. So this is the extra 2 inches I added for my sewing allowance at the lower part. So the next thing I'll do now is just to cut it out because I've added my sewing allowance all around. So this is it. We are done drafting the first pattern. I'll be needing this pattern to draft out the pocket. So I'll be keeping it. So this is the dart. This is where this dart will be holding. So I need to notch where the dart is going to be. So I've notched the point where the dart will be. So that is it for.
So I'll be repeating the same thing for the back pattern also. I'll pin it down, add sewing allowance, and also cut it out. For the back, I also added sewing allowance of 1 inch to the side. All around, I added 1 inch. I'll be adding 1 inch to this side only. The other parts, I'll be adding ½ inch all around. So I'm going to be adding ½ inch now.
So now cut out the. To drop out the main pockets. That's why I did not cut this completely the other time, but I needed it for the pocket side. So for the pocket, from this part, I'll go down by 3 inches. By 3 inches, sorry, on this line. So I'll just come in here by 3 inches also. So I'll connect it. So this is my pocket. So now I'm going to cut out my pocket. So this is it. This is the pattern for the pocket. So to cut out just the way we added 1 inch to the side for the main body, that's the same way we add 1 inch to the side for the for sewing allowance for the pocket also. Before we cut out, the pocket is going to be in 2 parts. So I'm going to show you how it is done now. So this is it. I'm going to 1 inch, add 1 inch all around. This is the sewing allowance for the side, because that's to balance at the side back. Then I'll add half inch all around to cut it out. So this is it. So this is the upper part also. I'll add half inch. So now we have our pocket. So now I need to cut out the opening. The pocket for each side, two of the sides, one side of the pocket we have two pockets, the other side of the pocket we have two pockets. So we need two pieces of pockets for each side. But for the first side, we need to cut out the opening where you can insert your hand. So that is what this is for. So I'll tuck it in back and now cut it out, leaving half inch allowance here. So now we have our pocket. So I have one piece for the front, one piece for the left side, one piece for the right side. So these are our pockets here now. You can see these are our pockets. So now I can remove the paper. So the next now cut.
So the next thing I will do is to cut out the band. So I'm going to be closing the dart on the band before cutting it out, because we've already held the dart on the main. We are going to hold the dart on the main fabric for the trouser, but for the band, because it's a fitted trouser at the band, there's no elastic. So I'm going to be closing the dart before placing it on the pattern to cut it out. So now I'll be transferring the band to the fabric also.
Folded, the closed folded edge.
So I'm going to be placing the fabric on fold
and
before placing my pattern
pin the other side
on it
to secure it. So I'll add half inch allowance all around, but I'll add 1 inch allowance at the side. So I'll add 1 inch allowance at the side. That's the same thing that will be repeated for the back also, for the back band. Then also half inch here. So I'm going to notch the center front. The center back. So it's the center that will be at this closed side.
I just repeated the same thing for the back too. I just added sewing allowance all around, one each at the side and half inch for the joining. So now I'm done cutting out all the pattern. So here is it for the pattern for both the front, the back, for the pocket. So now this is it. We have all our patterns cut out. The next thing we'll be doing now is to sew it. So that's it. If you like to see a sewing video, don't forget to subscribe to this channel, like and comment. Bye.